waiting for it, ready for first grade. Ready for first grade. We've been waiting for it, ready for first grade. Ready for first grade. We can work together, ABCs, and read. Now we're adding up our 1, 2, 3s. It's easy. Ready for first grade. We've been waiting for it, ready for first grade. Ready for first grade. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Okay, let's go ahead and find our seats so we can get this show started. And let's give them a round of applause for just doing an excellent job. Okay. They look cute, don't they? All right. So good evening, parents and families, and welcome to the 2016-2017 Minnieville Kindergarten Promotion Ceremony. My name is Nathaniel Provencio, and I'm the proud principal of this amazing school. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to our teachers and our instructional assistants for doing a remarkable job with these students. Our teachers have worked extremely hard in preparing these young scholars for their future success as learners. So I'm going to call our teachers' names out. Please give them a round of applause. Mrs. Murrin. Miss Obando. Mrs. Richmond. Miss Scallon apologizes. She is with her daughter to start her next chapter with Virginia something. Northern Virginia something. I don't know. So give Miss Scallon a round of applause so loud so you can hear this wherever she is. We also want to give a special shout out to Mr. Davia. Our two amazing instructional assistants, Mrs. Phoebus. And Mrs. Roberts. And also my outstanding, exceptional, world-class assistant principal, Mrs. Ellis. Yes. We also want to thank Miss Peggy Knight over here running all the sound and videos. Thanks for doing a great job. And we also want to thank all of our other outstanding Minnieville staff and employees. Thank you very much. Okay, so I feel nervous with all these cameras videotaping me. It's great. All right, so it is amazing to imagine how far these little scholars have come in such a short time. Most of these youngsters were born between 2011 and 2012. And in just 5 years, our country and our world have already gone through a tremendous span of change. As different as the world has changed in 5 years, can you imagine what the world will be like in the years 2028 and 2029 when these little ones are graduating high school? So I want to share with you some statistics, okay? In 2028, the overall population of the world will be 8.3 billion people. The need for car insurance will decrease because cars will be driverless. Wearable technology, like your smartphones and your watches, will be controlled by your mind. Over half of all of our jobs will be replaced by technology, including mine, probably. Water will be the most important resource on Earth. Chinese will be the most spoken language, followed by Spanish. And most jobs will hire only the most creative people and not the smartest people. I want you to remember that. The most creative people, and not because everything's already been invented, right? So as parents, we have an obligation and an opportunity now to prepare our little ones for their futures and not for our pasts. So how do we do that? I'm going to give us 2 suggestions tonight. Resiliency and creativity. All right, so let's begin by not being afraid to let our kids experience failure. Remember that one of the best ways you can show your children that you love them and care for them is by allowing them to learn from their mistakes and then give them the guidance they need to make a better decision the next time they're faced with that challenge. These kids need to be able to problem solve and work through frustrations each and every day. Resiliency is a characteristic they will need for their future. All right, the second one. We cannot forget the power of creativity. The next time you buy your kids a box of Legos, I want you to throw away the directions. Throw away the directions. See what happens. I want you to turn off your TVs, and I want you to encourage your kids' imagination through games and going outside, playing with sticks and rocks, and it's okay to get real dirty, right? It's okay. I want you to give them a box, a refrigerator box, and let them turn it into a rocket ship. I want you to give them a box and let them turn it into a race car, okay? That's really what we need these kids to do. We want these kids to draw, we want these kids to sing, we want these kids to dance, we want them to sculpt, we want them to paint, and we want them to do that each day. Because the most creative kids will be the ones prepared for the jobs that aren't invented yet. Creativity will be a characteristic for the future. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank you for giving us the honor and privilege of teaching your children this year and for allowing us to be the first chapter in their child's school journey. I want to thank you for your support and the support of our school, our teachers, and our community. Thank you.
Let's all stand up for our Pledge of Allegiance.
Before we begin the singing portion of the program, it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the Carlton Moyer Reading Award for the kindergarten class. Mr. Moyer was principal of Minnieville many, many years ago, and he loved reading. So each year in his honor, we celebrate with this award. The kindergarten teachers get together and they had to choose one student who they felt made significant progress in reading. But not only did the child have to improve in their reading, they also have to become a student that developed a love for reading and become self-motivated and an active reader. So this year's kindergarten winner comes from Miss Obondo's class, and I would like to invite her to the microphone to introduce us to the winner.
The student receiving this award is a student who has had such significant growth in reading. He has really become an enthusiastic learner and has ultimately developed a love for reading. Never quit, never give up, and always kept trying. The recipient of the Carlton Moyer Award for this year is Leonel Flores Solorzano.
Let's give him one more round
like to thank you for joining us tonight. The kindergarten students have worked very hard on their performance, and we're so proud of them, as we know you are. We're asking if you would please, if you're taking pictures or video, to please ensure that you're not blocking the view of people by you or around you so that they can also see. During the performance, the student speakers will be coming up to speak, and then there'll be a song that they perform. So we would just ask if you hold your applause till after each song. Thank you.
The theme of our program is All the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Please enjoy the show. Congratulations! Today's your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You look up and down streets. Like a won't care about some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down in a not so good street.
If what I am is what's in me, then I think I'm not to me, then I will always be the best, me that I can be. The only around me I am in, have a dream I'm following, it's up to me to try.
When things start to happen, don't